Welcome to a new episode of NBA 2K TV. This week we catch up with 2K20 cover athlete Anthony Davis.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments. It sure is. Thanks, David. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Porzingis is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ball, and there's Jarrett Allen. And it's Beal in at the 2. And for Sacramento, Wiggins is out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Jusuf Nurkic, and it's Hart in at the 2 spot. Mark, some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. And that means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter, and that takes a maturity level. You know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the move, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right. So it's the Lakers now. Here's Allen. That shot misses. Great D that time from Nurkic. To the middle. And finished off by Kane.
Staying alert and aware. Wiggins sees his man flash to an open spot. Pass is right on the money.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Beal can't get it to go.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Yeah, in that one, they just locked it down defensively, challenged shots, and really protected the rim.
Well, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit, getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
Now, here's Ball. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
And when Ball has the ball, it's in good hands. He can run the offense, no doubt.
Pass to Hart. With the teardrop, Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
Allen. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Porzingis with the block. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Outside, Beal. Pass to Allen. The jump hook, and he makes that one.
Well, I love the mindset of Allen there. I mean, when he gets the ball in that spot, he's very aggressive.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Nunn. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tipped away. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home, Kevin. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
The Kings trail by 6, and the pass to Hart. So the Kings call timeout. They're first. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
And they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Well, composure, execution, efficiency in a tight ball game is typically what's going to determine the winner.
Here's Nunn. Here's Hart. Six on the shot clock. Trying to get something going, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Jarrett Allen.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
No good on the free throw. And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Jusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20, 25, and 5 game? The Bosnian Beast making a name for himself.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
And Sacramento has possession after the three-pointer from Bradley Beal. Here's none. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers' history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently, they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
And a moment here to check out some numbers for Nurkic. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, putting up about 18 points per, 12 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. Well, you know that he can put points up in a hurry, and he leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, you know, I think he's got a great sense of how to keep their offense going and being productive. If somebody else is having an off night, then he kind of steps in and fills the gap.
Over in the corner, Porzingis. Over Gay. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Here's none. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Nurkic. He dishes it to Wiggins to end the run. Ball with the rebound. Lakers leading by 13. Wound up there for Allen.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Sacramento's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Pass to Wiggins. Passes it to none. Now Nurkic. Here's Hart. A shot off that time. Great D that time from Beal. Here's Ball. Wiggins with the block.
Great read that time by Wiggins, anticipating the shot. Sends it out with return to sender post.
And the Kings making a change here. Augustine's checked in. Wiggins against Leonard. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from the wing. They grab their own miss. Oh, what a dunk!
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Bradley Beal picks one up. And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw, no good. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and then I digested all kinds of books, stories about him, and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Here's Augustine. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Augustine with it, now guarded by Porzingis. Augustine passes to Nurkic and finished off by Nurkic.
You know, that kind of unselfishness, guys, from Augustine is really infectious, especially when it's coming from your point guard.
Now Ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Sacramento making some changes. Richaun Holmes comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Michael Porter in for Hart. The Lakers also changing it up. Bogdan Bogdanovic comes in for Bradley Beal. And it's Hill in for Lonzo Ball. Now here is Augustine, following the miss by Porzingis. Wiggins surveying the floor. From 13 feet, it goes down.
Hey, that mid-range area, in-between area, we call it, inside the three-point line and not at the rim, Wiggins knows he can get this shot anytime he wants.
Now, here is Hill. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Here's Porzingis, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
Dante Exum, he's checked in for Nurkic.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Lakers making a change here. Scott's checked in. Hill against Augustine. Up top, Leonard. Against Indiana, he was really on his game.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Augustine against Hill. Now the pass to Wiggins. Outside, Porter buries it from three-point range.
And such a sharpshooter from outside the arc. Porter just superb at knowing when to fire from deep.
Outside, Bogdanovic. Unloads from 13. Again, Los Angeles.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Wiggins outside. Back to Augustine. No good that time, so the Lakers will take it the other way.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Los Angeles leading by 15. And here is Hill. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Leonard. A shot missing. Wiggins with some nice D. On the wing, Porter. And finished off by Porter.
And he's got a great balance of knowing when to slash inside. Porter needs to keep being this aggressive on the drive.
Now here is Hill. Pass to Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Now here's Porter. 5 points in the game, and it's good. 2 points. Porter's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
Outside, Bogdanovic. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Dante Exum. Los Angeles shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Landry Shamet's checked in for Augustine. 1:07 left here in the first quarter. Porter with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Clippers. And Holmes throws it down.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does. A chance here to see how the Kings rank in the NBA right now.
And you go back to their second chance points. Very productive in that regard. I love to watch them work. They have that sixth sense, if you will, for sneaking inside and anticipating the path of the ball.
Good on the second free throw.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
Here's Wiggins, and the rejection by Zubac. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Leonard kicks to Hill. Outside Leonard, elbow shot, rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 4 rebounds now tonight, and stolen by Scott. Hill up top. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Lakers have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And guys, those numbers represent a nice step up from what they were last year.
1 second left, and Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 16 points, and after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
They've got Landry Shamet, Richaun Holmes out there with Michael Porter. Then it's Exum, and it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit. Probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much. And the Kings making a change here. Nunn's checked in, and that one's good. Leonard.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now here's Porter. 7 points in the game. Kept alive. Pass to Shamet. Back to Holmes. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Just 4 to shoot. Shot to stop the run. Buries the long-range jumper. Exum's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now here is Hill. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Leonard draws the double. Outside Bogdanovich. It's over Exum. Again, Los Angeles.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the Flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And it's the Kings with the ball, following the bucket by the Lakers. And the three off target. And it's Hill penetrating. And yes, it's good. Hill's got his first points of the night.
You've got to give credit to how Hill just bounces off contact like it's not even phasing him. I mean, he really knows how to finish in style.
Now, here's Porter. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. GA drafted after only playing 3 games at the University of Missouri. A lot of people probably hadn't seen Michael Porter Jr. play basketball. But with that in mind, describe his game for us now.
Kevin, at 6'10", he's a fluid athlete with tremendous shot-making ability. He grew up one of 7 kids, homeschooled. They all played ball. He's had a basketball in his hands from a very young age, and you can see it in his approach.
Here's none. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Clark, you know, some players just don't need a lot of rest. They could play basketball all day, every day, and don't want to be taken out. They've all got a lot of engine in them.
Yeah, they do. 24/7 guys, we call them. They don't need a lot of fuel, and it seems like they never are out of fuel. Guys like Paul George and Russell Westbrook come to mind.
Josh Hart, he's checked in for Sacramento. Nunn passes to Shamet. Gay kicks to Nurkic. Passes it to Hart. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Inside, Ball. And Ball slams it in.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Nurkic with it. Leonard picks him up. Nurkic against Leonard. Releases. Misses off the left iron. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 15-5 run here. It's Allen with the drive.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Here's Hart. He's covered by Leonard. Hart the pass to Gay. Fires for 3. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Count the basket. Nurkic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
The pass to Leonard. Sacramento grabs the miss. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. Hart the pass to Nunn. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
That's well done there. I mean, don't even give him a chance to get to the block. Get in tight and finish at the rim.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 23.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Knocked loose. And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Hey, you got to give Ball credit, Kevin. I mean, he's very good at using his length to poke balls away.
Here's Nunn. And it's sent back by Allen. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. DJ Augustine's checked in for the Kings. DJ Augustine. Gay finds Shamet. 5 on the clock. Excellent D there from Allen.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Here's Augustine following the basket by Lonzo Ball. Augustine passes to Gay. That's tipped. And here we go again. The Lakers on the break. And Ball slams it in.
Allen with quick feet and showing you quick hands there. That allowed him to come up with that pilfer.
Ball against Augustine. Pass to Shamet. He kicks it to Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Leonard looking over the floor. Pass the Ball. Passes it to Porzingis. Just 5 to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Beal from long range. That shot no good. And the Kings going the other way now. Now Augustine. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shamet on the wing. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Lakers shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. To the inside, Leonard. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Hart. Kept alive by Sacramento. And Gabe with the second chance points.
Boy, good instincts and timing on display there from Gay. Excellent anticipation.
Ball kicks to Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 6 assists in the game. Sacramento's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Ball against Augustine. And there's the pass to Gay. Down low and finished off by Nurkic.
The more he facilitates, the more effective Gay is, and it's good to see him concentrating on that part of his game.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. And he's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
Wiggins is checked in for Landry Shamet. And the Lakers also making a change. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard.
How about that, throwing it down? Allen oozes energy and teammates feed off of it.
Pass to Nurkic. Kicks it to Wiggins. Fires from the line. It's hauled in by Porzingis. You were talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
Here's Hart following the bucket by the Lakers. Excellent D there from Allen. Outside, Beal. Fires from deep. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Gay's got 5 rebounds tonight.
You know, after making 1 3 in the first quarter, he's had none here so far in the second. No idea what they were thinking there defensively. I mean, that's a shot he makes often.
And here is Ball. He's got 8. We've got 1:55 left in the first half of basketball. The Kings shooting 35% so far in the second. They need to move the ball around more and find better looks. And that one's good. Wiggins.
And you know, when you have this kind of athleticism, you need to find ways to maximize its impact. Wiggins doing just that.
Ball finds Porzingis. 1:30 left to play here in the half. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic.
You know, for Porzingis, the business of the family is basketball. His parents played at a very high level. His older brother played professionally for over a decade. The first word that Porzingis said was ball, and he's had one in his hands pretty much from the start.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Nurkic. Porter comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Dante Exum in for Hart. Scotty's checked in for Porzingis. Now here is Hill. This is to Beal. Zubac's the pass to Beal. Banked in off the glass. Beal's got his second bucket of the night. And Clark Porzingis' older brother. He used to make him highlight reels of NBA stars.
Yeah, you know, the NBA was his goal all along, but he showed patience, and the Orlando Magic actually promised to take him 10th back in 2014. He stayed in Spain one more year to develop, and good for him.
Now here is Hill. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Beal. Here's the three. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Porter. Count it. Porter's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
Beal with it. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Indiana. It's Hill on the wing from downtown. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. Beal's got 3 assists in the game. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He ended up with... And that's going to...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. Lonzo Ball out there with Bradley Beal. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And there's Porzingis. And it's Allen in at the center. Gay can't get it to go. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That game marks the start of a 5-game homestand, the longest of the season.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
And he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Passes to Wiggins. Over Leonard. Nurkic. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
The pass to Beal. Leaner from distance. Again, Los Angeles.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Here's none. Gay outside. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Clark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to mute.
You've got all the security in the world, believe me. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Nurkic the pass to Gay. Over Porzingis.
You know, it's good seeing Porzingis work really hard on the defensive end. Does a nice job staying in position and contesting and challenging the shot without fouling.
Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Platinum level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
Here's Nunn. Clock at 6. From deep. And Rudy Gay picks up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Lakers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Knocked away. Pass to Beal. Lets it go. Offensive rebound. Pass to Ball. And it's Beal in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. The Kings have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Higgins outside. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And they get it. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. And the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Ball. Since the All-Star break, he's been putting in work, averaging about 7 points, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Ball's knocked loose. Here's Beal. That doesn't go either for Beal.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Nunn passes to Shamet. Here's Nunn. He's covered by Beal. Back to Shamet. Gay outside. Now here's Nurkic. He's got 8. Wiggins tries again. And Nurkic finishes inside. Nurkic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
It's never easy trying to keep him off the glass. He's an absolute beast down there.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Man, I like how close Porzingis gets to the rim. I mean, he knows when he's this deep, the defense really has no chance to keep him from dunking it.
Pass to Shamet. Porzingis with the block. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. The dish now to Beal. Basket good. Beal's got 12 points in the game. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Lakers.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition. Well, you know, it's not been easy for Andrew Wiggins the last few seasons, guys. The production has just fallen short of expectations. He was the #1 pick back in his draft class and really has struggled to live up to what the fans have expected him to be.
Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for the Kings. Michael Porter comes in for Landry Shamet. Zubac is checked in for the Lakers. Hill comes in for Ball. Now here's Leonard. 32 points in the game.
Well, I like what Porzingis shows there. Excellent. Staying with the shot even under pressure.
And with Wiggins, he's clearly a talented player, Clark, but people just want more from him.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, and a lot of it is a matter of consistency. And when the expectations are high, being a former overall #1 pick, that pressure can affect you. But I think if Wiggins can just lock into being consistent, all of that will subside.
Now, here's Porter. He's got 14.
Passion is something we love to see no matter what we're doing, and Leonard plays with great passion. A defensive menace who gives everything he has to shut his man down while still doing it at the offensive end, too.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now, here's Wiggins. He's got 8. And the rejection by Zubac. Leonard on the wing. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Beal.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Scott's checked in. Now here's Wiggins. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Augustine from outside. Los Angeles has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Porter.
You know, all that size and length there. When Porzingis is using his body like this, I mean, it forces the defense to be aggressive.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
A nice shot by Exum.
Someone on the D has to throw themselves in there and contest the layup.
Here's Hill after Dante Exum's bucket. Now Hill, 5 points in the game. Left side, Porzingis, 5 to shoot. That one good for 2. Porzingis has got 11 in the second half.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Porter, 14 points for him. The pass to Holmes. Exum deciding where to go with it. Pass to Augustine. 3-pointer. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Exum's got 3 assists now in this one.
And Augustine is terrific, Kevin, at nailing shots over the D. Can't shake his concentration.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
Outside, Porter. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
He's just a natural scorer who can heat up fast. Porter's offensive game, very impressive, and he's still adding to it.
Now here is Hill. Outside, Bogdanovich. Lets the 3 fly. That shot off the mark. For the 3-point line, it's Augustine. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here is Porter, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Beal.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Lakers.
And there have been some to compare Porter to Kevin Durant. Really a fluid shooter who also possesses amazing athleticism.
They get it back. Hill kicks to Zubac. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Exum. 5 points in the game. Holmes passes to Augustine. He sinks the 11-footer. Augustine's got 5 now.
You know, that's a main weapon in Augustine's offensive attack. I mean, he's very comfortable rising up from this area.
Outside, Bogdanovich shoots the 3. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Zubac no good. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for Sacramento to the paint. Here's Porter. Here's Holmes. It's hauled in by Zubac. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Now here's Bogdanovich. Tight defense on him. That shot no good. Sacramento's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Augustine no luck.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins. And the Kings making a change here. Hart's checked in. Here's Bogdanovich. He's got 6. And so on to Antetokounmpo looking over it. Back to Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Exum and stolen by Scott. 1 second separating the shot clock in game. And he can't get the first one. Ball's checked in for the Lakers. And he's good on the second. The Kings shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. And here's Augustine. 5 points in the game. To the middle. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And at 6'10", Porter is a threat to score inside, which is why the defense trying to rough him up a bit.
Bogdanovich with it. From deep 3-point range, and no good on the last second attempt this time. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the Los Angeles. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Kings shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Kings, they've got Davis. Exum is out there with Dennis Smith. And it's Green, and it's Holmes in at the 5. And here's Tucker after Dennis Smith was able to get the 3. Here's Dozier, and the layup falls. Dozier's got his first basket of the night.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Here's Tucker. Pass to Dozier. Here's Bates Diop. It's good from long range.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And you spend any amount of time watching Dennis Smith Jr., Greg, his leaping ability makes for some impressive highlights.
Kevin, he's got the size and the off-the-charts athleticism. Now just trying to figure out how to realize his obvious potential.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Rudy Gay's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Dante Exum.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here is Smith. He can't get that one to fall.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
Here's Bates Diop. Misses the step-back jump shot. The Kings have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Gay finds Smith. That one falls. Smith's got 5 points in the quarter.
You can't give Smith a clear lane to the hole, Kevin. I mean, when he sees it, he gets right into the defense and takes advantage of his speed.
Now, here's Tucker. Poke loose, and the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Shamet the pass to Davis. We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you can control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic. But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
So it's the Lakers now, following the missed shot by Dennis Smith. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Rudy Gay.
Yusuf Nurkic.
Here's Dozier. Just 5 on the clock. Chalk up 2 there.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Smith outside. And the rejection by Zubac.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Scott can't get it to go.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Here's Green trying to get open as Davis, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Shamet on the wing, guarded by Tucker. Shamet kicks to Smith, 6 to shoot. Outside, Green. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. A second left. It's rebounded by Dozier. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Passes it to Bates Diop. Here's Dozier. 13 feet away. Here's Zubac. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Smith finds Nurkic. Now, here's Shamet, defended by Scott. And that one's good, Shamet.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Here's Dozier. There's the pass to Bates Diop. Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on a championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list of number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame careers.
And the Lakers making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Dozier, covered by Smith. A nice shot by Dozier.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here is Smith. He dishes it to Nurkic. Pass to Shamet. No good on that one. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Antetokounmpo passes to Dozier. One-on-one fast break. And that one's good. Shamet.
Yeah, and Smith doing a nice job getting his teammates involved. Terrific at spotting the open man.
Here's Dozier, covered by Smith. The three. Sacramento grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 15 rebounds here tonight. Now, here's Shamet, guarded by Tucker. Now, here is Smith. Shot clock at 6. Nurkic. They get it back. Green. Here's Davis. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Davis has got 4 points now in the quarter. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Outside, Scott to the left side wing. Pulls up on the elbow. Almost, but it rolls out.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Pass to Smith. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams, although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
Shooting for Sacramento, Green. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Lakers have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Here's Dozier. He kicks it to Tucker. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Mark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
And Davis sends it back.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too. Yeah, the first half was one to deep six or forget, but in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
And here is Los Angeles now. Sacramento making their last shot. Scott inside. Davis is on it. Clock at 6. To the left wing. Here's Tucker. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you gotta love that action.
Smith kicks to Davis. Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the final. You like that?
Yes and no. I think you have two separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or finals MVP, which we have. And then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. So I think there should be a clear separation between the two, quite honestly. So, no, I don't like it.
At least you're honest, Clark. Here's Bates Diop. The Kings getting the bucket. And Davis sends it back. They retain possession.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Lakers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
In what's been a good season already, tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
And in what's been a very competitive season series between these two, the victory here tonight will push that record to 2-1 with one left to play against the Kings.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Leonard.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Tucker. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Passes it to Nurkic. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that